Good afternoon po, Sir Calano. This afternoon, I would like to share my two insights from Augustine in the changing understanding of the cosmos. First, self-evidence, and secondly, soul. This is what I learned in philosophy of religion too. In the light of Saint Augustine in his Confession, in trying to connect these two insights to the cosmological movement in the life of Saint Augustine. These two are the main focus to connect to the life of Saint Augustine and my own understanding on this subject. I hope you like it. First, I want to share is my first insight, that is self-evidence. Self-evidence cannot be doubted based on what we experience on this temporal world, because it always connects in our life to experience. Like Saint Augustine, his experience on his life, everything is connected to the ultimate truth, who is God. All his experience when he was a child until he became adult lead him to the ultimate truth. In the life of Saint Augustine, there is a lot of self-evidence on his life in the Confession, but he is blind on this. Remember, cosmology is one way to help us to understand all things around us and the essence of all things. This understanding about cosmology could provide us good critical thinking in order for us to explain and understand things with its concepts and content. In connection to the life of Saint Augustine, he understood God and his nature through philosophizing, to understand what the world is all about, its essence and purpose of. Even though we are human beings, we have a limitation, but through philosophy, it helps us to understand beyond our nature, and also to understand things beyond physics. Through philosophy, I realized the meaning, the value, and the purpose of all things around me, and to value oneself in existence with God. Our self-evidence is always connected to the origin of the cosmology. Everything part of the cosmology is always connected to the origin of this world. Through our self-evidence, we can understand everything, is change everything, move around us, is the proof by our self-evidence. God created universe in order. Through His word, as a human being, we are created in order also. We have a capacity to think and reason, and other faculties that we had as human being. Our self-evidence is the living testimony of God's creation. Everything we experience is always connected in us. Through this, we can understand the nature of God by our self-evidence. Our self-evidence is emerged through cosmological movement. That is why we can understand the changes in the nature of time around us, because the structure of self-evidence is a proof that there is someone higher than human being who can exist beyond time and space. In connection to the life of Saint Augustine, we know that he is the self-evidence of his self. All his faculties and experience he experienced, since everything is prefiguration, everything is connected in one purpose to his conversion. On this part, we can that self-evidence are part of his existence, or rather, part of his experience. Remember, the story of the life of Saint Augustine is seeking for himself and seeking for God. Even in this time, as a human being, we are always searching for God. But beyond this, God's searching us, not us searching God. Secondly, soul. We have our soul, the principle of my life and existence, my soul, in time of desolation of life experience. There are moments in my life or the life of Saint Augustine when time seems to stand still and to be fascinated, and finally transformed by the sperm of the moment. Through this life experience, our bodies tell us that these experiences are best illustrated by the things that are happening to us. I felt solace and peace that there is being that is always present during the stage of desolation of souls. Through this seemingly mystical experience, I can say that the being are not present only in the past, present, future, but in every moment. Our experiencing our daily well-being is not the only driver for our personal growth. Knowledge is another essence ingredient that ensures we interpret our experience in the right way and choose the right life habits. I find in particular interesting to keep learning more about what defines me as a human being based on my personal experience and some of my learning. I will give it a try at unveiling the beautiful connections beyond our being as a mind, body, and soul. If our mind and body gain purpose within the manifestation of life, I believe the soul finds its relevance in the idea that there should be something beyond our living experience, means our life is connected to the Supreme Being who made this world in His words. On top of the idea of faith and purpose, our soul has been associated with the idea of energy in each living being that connects us to everything. Nevertheless, most of us experience things what St. Augustine experienced before, but in different aspect. Because we are intersubjective on this world, that the cosmos change human beings also aware on that is while as human being we are not fixated in this world, but we are changing being also that the world need or what the human being needs. As human being, we are composed of two identities, soul and body. There are different faculties in human being, but they are working as one. To understand things around us, we can understand also the changes of the cosmos because we are belong on this cosmos. That is why we have a capacity to understand things. In my conclusions, as human being, we are searching ourselves what is the best for us. Through this, we are neglecting some important thing are very important that we are created in the image and the likeness of God. Even though we are not perfect, the important is we are created by God. I believe that the purpose of knowing of these two insights bring a new paradigm of knowledge of student in different aspects of human development or in different fields. And through this, to have a deeper understanding of him or herself and of the nature of his or her relationship to the Supreme Being, because it is also to enable them to act to continually enhance their knowledge, to influence their own learning and life. The very important of to have own passion to find a deepened meaning of relationship with God, because Saint Augustine has a deeper relationship to God after his conversion, despite of the fidelities and imperfection of Saint Augustine. Still, God chose Augustine to be his servant. Thank you very much po.